By the time that Pokemon Legends ZA is officially released, I hope that Gamefreak and the Pokemon Company and Nintendo have made a push to make a drastic difference with the graphics and animations with this game. And what I mean is just something that sets this game far apart from the previous couple of years of Pokemon as a whole, with all the graphics and the animations and everything like that. So far from the trailer, we don't see any performance issues, so we think the game runs well with all the animations and stuff like that. Like, we don't see any glitches or bugs in the trailer, but I really hope that's true, and I hope that doesn't actually happen in the game, because we all know how Scarlet and Violet went down. And now, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about the graphics either, because I do think that this game looks better than Scarlet and Violet. But this is Pokemon, the biggest media franchise on the planet. They have so much money and power. They could really push out a game that has way better graphics than any other game ever created, really. But obviously, that's not exactly what the Pokemon Company and Game Freak and Nintendo are striving for. They don't want these games to look better than any other game ever made, right? Like, these games are meant to be played and just have fun, but the graphics need to be a little bit better, I think. And no, I did make a video a couple of days ago where basically the whole gist of it was how I think the graphics are going to improve by the time the game is going to be released, because at the very end of the trailer, there's a little statement that claims that everything's not official, like the game is still in development, basically. So that means this game could actually look better by the time it comes out, which I hope is true. Before we get to the rest of the video, subscribe to the channel to help me reach my goal of 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and also join my brand new Discord channel. I just created this, so the link is going to be in the description below, and it's going to be just a cool place where everyone can kind of hang out and share some Pokemon news or facts, or just talk about Pokemon or life or anything like that. So come join, it's going to be really cool. Anyways, back to the video. And this game is on the Switch, right? But there's also a kind of rumor out there that there could be a Switch 2 version of this game, meaning it's going to be released on the Switch 1, but the Switch 2 version is just going to have enhanced graphics, better performance, and everything like that, like better textures, which I kind of hope so. So Game Freak, I know you're not watching this, but I think it would be great to have a Switch 1 and a Switch 2 version of this game. And I know a lot of people probably wouldn't think that's a good idea, because people are going to feel like they're missing out. But here's the thing. People wouldn't necessarily really be missing out, because even if there is a Switch 2 version with better graphics and animations and performance, it's still going to basically be the same thing. Like, it won't be that much better. But the reason why I think it's so important to have that is because, first of all, it's going to be a great option to those that are going to buy the Switch 2. Obviously, not everyone's going to be able to get the Switch 2, right? Like, the Switch 2 is probably going to be sold out, so there's that issue of people not even being able to find a Switch 2 out in public. But there's also the main issue that most people run into, and that's money. The Switch 2 is going to cost money, a couple $100s to buy a brand new console. So it's like not everyone's going to be able to buy it, and not everyone will be able to play Legends ZA on the Switch 2. But I think it would be important for them to do it, because it kind of would show us that, okay, they can actually make better looking games. They can actually spend the money and time to develop another game that's even better. And it's obviously going to give the Switch 2 owners something to play on their brand new Switch 2, because people are going to want to be playing games on the Switch 2. And after the Switch 2 comes out, I feel like people are just going to be like, oh man, now I just have to play a Switch game on my Switch 2, which the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, so even if you did get a Switch 2, and then Legends ZA does end up being a Switch 1 exclusive, you could still play it, because it will be backwards compatible. I have faith in this game, though. I don't want people to think I'm complaining necessarily, and I don't want people to think that I hate Pokemon. Pokemon is my favorite game franchise out there. Obviously, my entire channel is pretty much based on Pokemon. So obviously I have a lot of love and care for these games, and I just want them to be good. We know that good looking games can be on the Switch. Even though the Switch is old at this point, it's an old kind of generation console. It's from 2017. It has its limits. It's a handheld console, it's smaller, it can't fit all the parts and pieces that an Xbox or PlayStation can, but games can still look really good. Obviously, you know, a lot of people bring up like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, which those games do look very good compared to all the Pokemon games. And now, the thing is, it's like a Pokemon game doesn't even have to have the best graphics or animations, right? Like, I'm not expecting it to look like Spider-Man 2 that came out last year, or 2 years ago, I guess, at this point. Time is kind of flying. Like, if it wants to be a fully animated and cartoon-looking game, great. That's amazing. But the textures and the graphics and performance have to align with that to make it something special and really unique that stands out from any other game out there, right? Especially with Pokemon. But with Pokemon games, there are so many things that have to go into it, right? They have to reanimate like every single Pokemon that's going to be in that game. They have to make a new version of that Pokemon to fit that specific game. They have to animate the NPCs, the stuff around the map. So there's a lot that actually goes into it, all of the moves and the special animations and stuff. So like Pokemon games definitely do have a lot of things that go behind the scenes that a lot of people don't really think about on the surface level. But even with that being said, this is Pokemon, the world's biggest media franchise ever. They can definitely afford to make the graphics look just better, like animations and performance just look a little bit more polished. And I also know that graphics aren't everything, right? If a story is amazing and the whole playthrough and experience is good, then it's okay. But at the end of the day, I think they can improve, and that's why I'm so optimistic about the future of Pokemon on the next console, the Switch 2, because it's still going to be a Switch console. It's the new version of the Switch, which is going to be better, more efficient, more powerful, all of that. It's going to be better. And recently I started playing the Astrobot game on PS5, and that game is obviously like all animated. But here's the thing, that game is so amazing looking. That game is breathtaking looking. It's such a creative game, and I'm like, wow. Sony have been going crazy with their first party titles recently, and that game looks so good. The textures of everything look amazing. While I know that game is technically like smaller, like map-wise compared to a Pokemon game, I'm like, dang, Pokemon needs to improve, and it's also on the PS5, of course, but which is obviously way more powerful than a Switch. But the thing is, I know all you guys know what I'm talking about. I know you guys probably agree with me for the most part, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining or hating, because I'm really looking forward to Legends ZA. I have not been this hyped for a brand new Pokemon game in a very, very long time. I actually don't even know the last time I was this hyped, or if I was ever this hyped for a Pokemon game. I think the last time I was really hyped is probably Legends Arceus. I was really excited for that game. But anyways, I'm looking forward to Legends ZA. Generation 6 is a generation that's close to me. I really like that generation. I played both X and Y, and I think they're fantastic games. So I'm super excited to go back to the Kalos region. And the gameplay from the trailer that we saw, I really think looks good. Like, I really am enjoying the new animations of the battle, like how the battling system mechanics look. Even though it's not the typical kind of turn-based, like standstill OG Pokemon game style, I'm okay with that because we've had that for so many games, right? We have had tons of games that are just like that, and I'm okay if they're going to switch it up a little bit. This is a Legends game. This is not like a brand new generation game. This is a Legends game, which is a still mainline game, but it's kind of a spin-off in a way. So that's part of the reason why I'm so excited for this game. I think AZ is really cool, and that's an exciting part in the story that I can't wait to see, like how he is actually involved with the overall storyline of this game. I'm really looking forward to this game. I just know that a lot of people are disappointed right now in how this game looks. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm a little bit disappointed in how the animation and graphics look, even though I do think it looks better than Scarlet and Violet, and I have to mention this, Scarlet and Violet were super fun games. I have put probably the most hours into Scarlet and Violet than any other Pokemon game that I've ever played, and I really enjoy that game, and I think that says a lot. Gamefreak and Pokemon Company, they know how to make a fun game still. I just think that they lack as far as the graphics and performance goes. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're watching this far in the video, comment down below, grill the cheese, and let me know your thoughts. And like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining or being negative. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to make a point that I think that they can improve, because I believe in this company that they can improve the graphics and make it look better. But anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to leave a like and join my Discord. Link is in the description, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.